Okay, let us start with the topic of verb. Just a minute. Okay, let us start with the topic verb, module 7. Let us try to understand what is the verb. As you know, you have learned it in the third standard, fourth standard. Now, in the fifth standard, let us try to revise this. Okay, what is a verb? Verb is known as an action word. Yes or no? It's an action word. Okay, and they are also the helping verbs, and sometimes it give information about the main verb that them follow. Okay, model verbs of ability. It can be can or could. In the present tense, the can we are using can, and for the past tense it changes to the could. For example, I can swim very well. It's a positive that is can in the present tense. But if you want to go and you want to change it into the past, what you have to say? You have to use the word could. Myra could swim when she was 4 months, 4 years old. That means it's a positive sentence. Okay, but it's a past tense. The second one is in the negative form, that is, my sister cannot swim. I have connected not. That means it's in a negative. Rajat could not swim until he was 5. So that is a negative sentence. I just have used not in that verb. Okay. Can you swim? So question 1. Okay. So what I have done, instead of subject, directly I have started with the verb. Can you swim? I'm asking a question. So the can is came in front of in the start of that sentence. Okay. Here also in the past tense you can use it. Could you swim when you were 5? Okay. I am asking a question. So I've asked in the past tense that could you. Let us move. Model verbs for permission. Asking for permission and giving permission. These are the two different things. So what type of verbs we are using in that? Can. It is a informal. You can do this. You can play. Child, you go and you can do whatever you want. We are informal. We are not following the particular format, but we are giving a permission, asking for the permission. Can I go and play? We are asking for the permission. May I come in? See, these are all the examples. Could, it's a polite one. Might means extremely formal. Now, for giving permission, you can say may. You may come in. You may take the book. You may use the phone. My phone. So these are the giving permissions. What you are going to use, which were may. Okay. Model verbs for permission. The less you are formal. The word which I have explained already, it's a can for asking permission. Can I go to Mira's house? Mom, I'm asking to my mom. I'm very formal, but I'm taking the permission. Can I go to Mira's house, my friend's house? Okay, can I watch the movie? Can he watch a movie? Can she eat an ice cream? It's a formal one. We are following the permission. And while giving the permission also, we can. Can you go? You can go and play with your friends. You can go to Mira's house. He can watch the movie. He can eat an ice cream. That means giving permission. Simple. Okay. Now let us see about the future, that is will. Usage. Show desires, presence, preference, choice of consent. Okay. I will come for the party. That means I'm positive. I'm giving response in a yes. I will come for the party. If I don't want to go to that party and if I wanted to be say no, what I will do? I will not attend the workshop or I will not come for the party. If I want to ask the question, I will directly start with my verb as I have explained you. Will you be quiet? Okay. Show the future. They will watch a movie tonight. Okay. In that sentence, what I'm saying, giving an permission that they will watch the movie tonight. They will not watch the movie tonight. I'm just declining. I'm not giving permission. Okay. If I want to ask that question, will they watch a movie tonight, or will I watch the movie tonight? So this is like a question. Express capability. This staff will hold 2 kilograms of weight. I'm just expecting. I'm assuming that this will be of 2 kilograms. Okay. If I don't want to, I can't guess it. I don't think, or I suppose that it will not be of 2 kilograms weight. If I wanted to ask questions, that is, will this bag of holds 2 kilograms of weight? I'm asking for the question. Okay. So the determination is also there. Determination means we are just giving a I will score the highest. I just assume that I'm going to play the cricket, and I determine that this is my target. Today I'm going to score highest. Okay. If I'm little bit less confident, what I will say, I don't think so. I assume that my score will not be the highest. I will not. Okay. So this is called the determination. We determine for the future. We assume for the future. Okay. These are the determination. Let us talk about the wood. Same as we have seen in the will. Shows the preference, it shows the wish, and it also gives the advice. Let us see the positive examples of would. I would prefer coffee. That means I would like to have coffee. Okay. So I have preferred that. I'm asking for that. I would prefer coffee. If I want that, I wish I could drink the coffee. They would like to watch a movie tonight. It's a wish. It haven't came true, but they would like to. Okay. The advice is given by the others. The elders gives us the advice that spend less money, spend more money, spend your time in studying. So that is called your advice. Someone gives us the advice. So I would spend my money carefully if I were you. Okay. They are giving advice that spend less money because its money is very high. If in the negative form, you just have to join not, that is not. Okay. And you are up to the mark. In the questions, only for the preference you can ask the questions, but for wish you cannot have a questions, or you cannot have the advice for the questions. So what will be the preference in the question? What you be free? Would you be free for the movie tomorrow? Okay. We are asking for the preference. Can, if you want to. Okay. Now, in a correct and the meaningful sentence, the subject should be in the line with the correct verb. As we know, the subject, then verb, then the object. It's a format. So let us try to understand the agreements of the verb, where we have the 3 rules. Okay. That 3 rules should be followed when we have a verb agreement. Okay. This is called the subject and the verb agreement. They have their agreement with that. How can I follow you? The subject is going to just be followed by the verb. Subject plus verb. The rule number 1. What is the rule number 1? Yes. When we talked about the subject and the verb, a singular subject uses the singular verb, while a plural subject uses a plural verb. This is the first rule. Simple. Subject is also singular. The verb is also singular. The verb plural subject, the verb also plural. For example, Praveen likes singing. Okay. Simple as that. Second rule, that is, two singular subject connected by or either or neither nor will use the singular verb. If we give too many of the examples, we are using the verb singular form. Okay. If we have two subjects in plural and it closes to the main verb, what is close to that main verb will be given to that. That will be the plural. Neither Samir nor Sushil want to sleep. Both of them they don't want to sleep. So both of them are, Samir is only one, Sushil is also one. So both of them are the singular. So which type of word we have used? Verb. We have used the plural verb. Wants. Neither Samir nor his brothers. Brothers means they are plural. So we have used the verb singular. Want. Brothers. For brothers, we have considered it as a want. Okay. If it is plural, we are using the singular verb. Okay. Rule number 3 is a plural verb is used with two or more subjects connected by and. Ramya and I are best friends. Okay, they are plurals. So we have used the verb are. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, let us see your workbook page, workbook pages where we have given examples. Wait a minute. Let me give you the definition. What is a verb? Verbs are the action words. They show the action and the that the noun does or the state of being of one. If you want, you can take the screenshot also for the definition. What is the example? Sandeep sings well. Chetna went to the market. That means we have used the plural form of that verb. What are the helping verb? Helping verb means do not show any action. They do not have any type of action doing, but they just give a particular meaning. Parag is happy. Okay, it is giving a meaning, completing the sentence. I have seen her before. That means it just give a meaning or adding the tense to that sentence is called the helping verb. And what is the second word for the helping verb? Helping verbs are called as auxiliary verbs. What are they called? They are called as an auxiliary verbs. Let us remember that modal verbs are also helping verbs. They give the additional information, same as it is the auxiliary verbs or the modal verbs. They can just add a tense to that sentence. Can is for present tense, could is for the past tense. Okay. So what are the examples for the verbs? Could, might, can. They all are the modal verbs which are for the permission, for asking the permission. Okay. Let us see some of the examples of will and would. The modal verbs will and would show the preference, it determines and the capability and wishes. Okay. As I have explained in the earlier PPT, which is about the wish. Shall and should is also the verb which also have to give. They used to make a suggestions. They used to make or ask for the opinions and the express the preference. Okay. Shall is also used for obligations in the very formal situations. Obligation means what? Asking for very formal permissions. Obligation. Okay. Must. You know, must is also for the obligation which is compulsorily you have to. I must have to complete my work. Perfectly, you have to do it. That is why we use the verb must. Must is also used to emphasize or recommends the action. Yes, you have to. It's necessary. Must. Okay. In a correct and a meaningful sentence, the subject should be in line with the correct verb. This means the subject and verb should agree. The subject and verb agreement. Okay. So let us try to understand the rule number 1. As I have explained in the earlier PPT, same with that, but it is your workbook pages. A singular verb subject takes a singular verb and the plural subject takes the plural verb. Okay. Squirrels, uh, sorry, the singular subject follows the plural and the plural follows the singular. Squirrels eat nuts. The squirrels are plural. The subject is plural and the verb is singular. And my mother makes great pulao. Mother is a singular one. And what we follow is that plural makes. Okay. So the singular verb follows the plural verb. Here is the mistake, I think so. Okay. In this rule number 1, I think the printing mistake is there. What should be the rule? A singular subject takes a plural verb while the plural verb subject takes the singular verb. It's a cross. It's agreement between them. Then let us come to the second. The singular subject is connected by nor, neither, nor requires the singular verb. Either Samantha or Miranda plays the guitar. Both of them are the singular, but we are using the plural verb. Okay. If the verb subject is plural, my uncles, neither my aunt or nor my uncles live there. So what I have used? I have used the singular verb. Okay. So this is all about. I think there is a printing mistake in that. Just try to understand what I have taught. Singular follows the plural. Plural follows the singular. Okay. Singular subject, plural verb. Plural subject, singular verb. Okay. As simple as that. I think all of you must have understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask me through the chat.